Hello fellow Bears fans, welcome to my 2014 Bears video blog. Week 6, Bears at Falcons game preview. Unfortunately, you had another disappointing loss last week to Carolina. Got to bounce back. We're 2-3 now in the first 5 games. Can't afford to go 2-4, especially with the division still a close race. We're still only a game back, and the schedule doesn't get much easier from here because we still got to face the Lions twice, the Packers one more time. We got to face the Patriots. So the schedule doesn't get any easier from here, so we can't have a letdown here in Atlanta. We got to go to Atlanta. We got to get the win on the road to keep pace in the division. Let's go ahead and look at some of the numbers. Points per game, we score 23.2, ranking us 16th. They score 30.2, ranking them 3rd. Very high-powered offense, always has been with Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and Roddy White. They can get the job done. Yards per game, we put up 348.6, ranking us 17th. They put up 434.6, ranking them 3rd. Pass yards per game, we put up 246.2, ranking us 14th. They put up 319.2, ranking them 2nd in the league. Rush yards per game, we tally 102.4, ranking us 22nd. They get 115.4, ranking them 16th. Defensive points per game, we give up 26.2. They give up 28.6. Ranks us 23rd, ranks them 29th. They do give up a lot of points, but they also can put a lot of points on the board, especially at home. Matt Ryan's proven in his career he can get the job done at home. Defensive yards per game, we get 362.4, ranking us 17th. They give up 407.2, ranking them 29th in the league. Defensive pass yards per game, we give up 246.4, ranking us 17th. They give up 259.6, ranking them 23rd. Defensive rush yards per game, we give up 116, ranking us 14th. That's come down dramatically in recent weeks. First week of the season, we gave up 193 yards on the ground. Since then, we've been shutting opponents' running games to less than 100 yards or around 100 yards ever since. Not giving up a lot of rush yards. The rush defenses look great, which is a lot different from last year. Actually, our defense hasn't played bad. Yeah, we give up some open receivers from time to time, but we don't give up a lot of yards per game. And a lot of the points per game we've given up of opponents starting on short fields because of the offense turning over the ball. On their side, defensive rush yards per game, they give up 147.6, ranking them 28th in the league. They give up a lot of yards on the ground, so this is something we need to focus on in this game, getting the running game going again. We'll do a position by position breakdown segment now. Quarterback position, Matt Ryan versus Jay Cutler. Matt Ryan has proven time and time again that he is dynamic at home, has an incredible home record. They call him Matty Ice, and they call him that for a reason. Like 24 or 25 fourth quarter comebacks. The guy can get the job done, especially at home. He's always played great at home, so we have to come in strong in this one. In this one, Cutler struggled in recent weeks, turning the ball over a couple times. He did have 2 weeks in a row where he didn't turn the ball over in San Francisco and New York. But he's got to play better. We need the good Jay to show up. I'm going to give them a slight edge at the quarterback position just because in recent years Matt Ryan has played a lot better than Jay Cutler. Running back position, they pretty much rotate in all 4 of their running backs, Steven Jackson, Jacquizz Rodgers, Anton Smith, and Devonta Freeman all get playing time. But as you can see, it really doesn't do much for them because they only average 115 yards on the ground with 4 running backs running the ball. Still not horrible. 100 yards per game is pretty good out of the running game, but no one person puts that up. It takes them 4. We got Forte and Kadeem Carey. Just if you go Forte versus Steven Jackson, the 2 starters on the team, going to take Forte every day, going to give us a pretty big advantage there. He can get the job done catching the ball, running the ball, great blocker, everything. He can bring it all, and he's one of the top running backs in the league, so give us the advantage there. Wide receiver, Julio Jones and Roddy White versus Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey. This one I'm going to give a toss-up and call it an even matchup. Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey have been talked over the last year or so about being the top wide receiver tandem in the league, but Julio Jones and Roddy White are no slouches either, especially Julio Jones. He's great with He gets a lot of targets, makes the catches, gets a lot of yards after the catch. So when he does catch the ball, we need to wrap him up and bring him down quick. Don't give him the yak. Tight end position, they have Levine Tolio, and we have Martellus Bennett. Martellus Bennett had a great September. Didn't have the greatest first game in October, but one of the top tight ends in the league this year and has been playing very well. Going to give us the edge there. Move now over to the defensive side of the ball where the Falcons play a base 3-4 defense, whereas we play a base 4-3 defense. So looking at the offensive or the defensive line, they have up front Jonathan Babineau, Paul Solai, and Tyson Jackson. Tyson Jackson and Jonathan Babineau are both good pass rushing defensive ends. Don't know a lot about Paul Solio. Does look like we'll probably be getting Jay Ratliff back possibly this week. Plus Allen's getting putting the weight back on after the pneumonia. We got Lamar Houston on the opposite side and Stephen Paya. Going to give us a slight advantage there at defensive end. Like I said, Tyson Jackson, Jonathan Babineau can get after the quarterback. They are good at doing that. Move over to linebacker position. They got Prince Shembo, Paul Warlow, and Sean Weatherspoon and Jonathan Masquai. Sean Weatherspoon has proved throughout his career to be a very solid linebacker. Don't know a whole lot about the other linebackers on this team. They also have Osiu Minyora as backup playing linebacker in a 3-4 defense. We have Briggs. McClellan looks like he might or might not play. He hasn't practiced all week, so he's probably questionable coming into this one. If that's the case, if he doesn't play, then we'll have Bostic on the outside and DJ Williams on the inside. Going to give us a slight advantage there. Move over to the cornerback position. This is a team that gives up 259 pass yards per game, 23rd in the league. They have, at corner, they have Robert Alford and Desmond Trufant. Pretty good corners, but matching up against Kyle Fuller and Tim Jennings, I give us an advantage there. Tim Jennings has been good throughout his career with the Bears, and the rookie Kyle Fuller has proven is playing like a veteran pretty much. Over to the safety position now, where they have Carmel Ishmael and Dwight Lowry. We have Conti and Monday. Conti's been banged up on and off. Monday's been banged up on and off this year. Both playing pretty solid. I'm gonna give that one call that a pretty fairly even matchup there. I'm gonna move now on to my keys to the game in this one. My key to the game on offense is going to be steady diet of the running game, get the running game going to open up the play action pass. They gave up 147.6 yards on the ground. Should be a big day for Matt Forte out of the backfield, and even Kadeem Carey got some more carries last year. Looks like they're going to get him more involved. So definitely look for Forte to have a big game, and he needs to have a big game, because the best way to keep a high-powered offense like Atlanta from scoring is to keep them off the field. Best way to do that is run the ball, get long drives, score touchdowns. Even if you put a field goal on here, there you get long drives. Keep Matt Ryan and Julio Jones on the sidelines. They're not going to put up as big of numbers as they normally do, because there won't be enough time, because time will run off the clock by running the football. My defensive key to the game is going to be fight ice with fire and ice. They call him Matty Ice. We need to bring the fire and melt the ice, because especially if we need to get a lead early and this time hold the lead, we can't let Matt Ryan pull off another fourth quarter comeback in his career like he's done in the past. We've had trouble with that. We let Carolina come back last week. We had him down at halftime. We had him down the entire second half. We only managed 3 points in the second half, which killed us. In the fourth quarter, 3 consecutive turnovers on drives. Jay Cutler interception, a fumble by Forte, and then a fumble on a sack by Cutler. Allowed them to come back and get the win. Get the win on us, and we just can't let that happen. So we need to take better care of the football, and definitely can't let any. We need to get them down early and not let them come back in this game like we've done a couple times this year. We've allowed a couple teams to come back. We should be 4-1 instead of 2-3, but we're where we're at here. One more key to the game I'm going to throw in here is, on special teams, have to contain Devin Hester. Would prefer us not kick the ball to him, but that's a touch and go, very touchy issue, because sometimes when you try to kick the ball out of bounds, punter shanks it off the side of his foot. You only get about a 20, 25-yard punt. So the best thing to do is to punt it to him, get the gunners down there, get the tackle, wrap him up, take him down. Don't let him get any open space. Because as we all know, in Chicago, Hester is not only a dynamic returner, the best in the game. When he busts a return for a touchdown, it usually changes the pace of the game. Several times, as we know, Bears fans, we were down. It looked like we were down and out in the game, and then Hester busted a punt return or a kickoff return for a touchdown, and that changed the momentum. A big play on special teams can always change the momentum, so we can't let Hester get loose in this one. I'm going to move now to my players to watch on offense. My player to watch on offense is going to be Matt Forte. Look for him to have a big game. Like I said, they give up 147 yards on the ground. They haven't been good at stopping the running game. And if we can get the blocks and open some holes for Forte, I look for him to run for 130, 140 yards and probably catch 6 or 7 balls out of the backfield for 70 to 80 yards. Add a touchdown or 2 in there as well. I look for him to have a very big game in this one. My player to watch on defense this week is going to be Jared Allen. I think that he hasn't gotten a sack all year. He's due. When he does start getting sacks, they come in bunches. Sacks are one of those stats that they do come in bunches. When you get to the quarterback, you just all of a sudden start finding the quarterback. He's been getting pressure on quarterbacks. They've just gotten the ball out too quick for him to get there. So I look for Jared Allen to finally break through, get himself a couple sacks in this game. So he's my player to watch on defense this week. So we got to go into Atlanta on Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock. We need to get the win. We need to get to 3-3, get back to 500, and to help us keep pace in the division, because the Lions are playing the Vikings. They should beat them. Packers are playing the Dolphins. They should beat them. We can't go to 2-4 and have those two teams go to 4-2 and put us in a deeper hole in the division. We can't fall 2 games back in the division right now, because I just don't think we'd be able to keep up if we did. So look Sunday night, possibly Sunday evening maybe, for my post-game recap of this one. If I don't have it up by Sunday night, I will definitely have it up by early evening, Monday evening. So look then for my post-game recap. Until then, let's go into Atlanta. Let's get the win. Let's get to 3-3 on the season. Go Bears. Bear down.